Church. I'm one of the PE teachers here at PA Virtual, Real quick, we're going to be doing Pilates today. And one of the most common questions I get is what's the big difference between Pilates and yoga? Now, yoga is focusing on improving flexibility, whereas Pilates is focusing on, yes, flexibility, but also improving muscular endurance and core exercises and strengthening the different muscles that you maybe don't use on a normal day-to-day setting. So real quick, first off, try and find a nice open area that you can sit down on the floor, since everything we're going to do today is going to be on the floor. You don't need to worry about jumping up and doing some jumping jacks or anything. Also, fun fact, I gave Mr. M the diagram of what I'm going to be doing today, so you can always look at it again after class and try and copy what I did on your own time. So we're going to start really easy with some stretches and then move our way into some other harder exercises. So go ahead and sit on the floor in butterfly position. Butterfly position is with your feet together, and most people say grab your feet and then lean forward. That's actually incorrect. You want to grab your ankles and keep a straight back. So I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. I'm going to keep a nice straight back and lean forward. Now, if I am going to curve, you don't want to go that far. You want to keep a nice straight back, lean forward, and then as far as you can, just pause there. Now you're going to feel a nice stretch in your hamstrings, maybe a little in your glutes and your lower back. That's going to be good. If you want, you can lean forward a little bit more, and then you're also going to feel it in your quads and going up into your glutes and your adductors and abductors, which are helping your legs open and close, or when you're going upstairs. All right, so we're just going to hold that position for about 15 seconds to start our stretch off. All right.
And I'm seeing some of you, Zoe, Maya, Emma, you guys are doing great. You guys are doing it awesome. Brennan, great job. And let me get on the floor and try to do this too. So if you hear somebody yell, it's me. Sorry.
All right. I see some of you are still trying to find room to do that. That's perfectly fine. I'm just starting out with some basic warm-ups, and I'll wait till everybody's ready to truly start the routine. The next easy stretch is going to be put one leg out to the side. The other one's going to in. Move back so you can see. I'm going to have my foot flexed, so my toes are trying to point back towards me. I'm going to take my right hand and try and grab my feet. If you can't do that, that's fine. Go ahead and reach it down as far as you can. The key is to keep your knee flat, and you do not want to bend it. All right? Keep it as straight as possible. Now, if you can take your left arm and grab it as well, that's even greater. If you want to challenge yourself, you can grab both feet and go on down. Now, a little bit about myself. I actually used to be a dancer. So my friends will tease me that nowadays I'm getting old and this is not very flexible compared to how it used to be. But this is one of our basic stretches that we would use in warm-ups. All right, switch legs. When you're a dancer, flexibility is key, because if you can't be flexible, then you can't do any of the normal routines that you might have to do. You'll probably see them doing Swan Lake or something, and they're jumping with their legs far in the air. That is key for flexibility.
And guys, if you're like me and maybe you can't reach your ankle or your toe, and you can only reach maybe like middle of the leg, just like how Miss March just did it, that's okay. We don't want you dying, Regan. You don't have to die. Just get a little stretch in. That's all. We just want your muscles to work. But you're doing a great job. I see you on camera. You're not dying. Stop.
All right. It looks like most of you are ready. So we're going to go ahead and go into a laying position. So notice how my feet are still on the ground. My feet are flat on the floor. My arms are going to be flat on the floor next to me. This is called oblique curl up. All right. So unlike a sit-up or a crunch, I'm not having to come up the whole way. You want to keep your arms up just off the ground. Curl up as far as you can with feeling it right here in your abdominals, your core. Hold it for 2 seconds and back down. This is just to help your core start activating for our other exercises. And we're going to bring it down. So this is just a quick curl up. It's not exactly a crunch or a sit-up. And then from this, in a few minutes, we're going to go into an oblique curl. What an oblique is our side abs. So if you ever look, maybe you call them love handles, the real name is obliques. So you have your abdominals in the front, and then you have your obliques on the side. We're going to do 2 more. Last one. Great job. We're going to stay in this position, and I'm going to simply put my hands behind my head. Still have my feet flat on the floor. And when I come up, I'm going to go sideways. So my left elbow is pointing at my right knee. And then I'm going to go back down. Right elbow to left knee. Back down. Left elbow to right knee. And notice I'm not coming very far off the ground, just far enough that I can feel my core is activating. Maybe you can feel it shaking a little bit. That's all good signs.
And you guys work at your own pace. You can take your time. You don't have to move as fast if you feel that you want to move a little slower. You'd want to make sure that you don't hurt yourself, all right?
And good. Now you can go ahead and, excuse me, relax your whole leg straight out. Put your arms above your head. What this is called is a roll up. Not a fruit roll up like a snack, but you're going to roll your whole body up. And the fun part is you can use your arms to throw yourself forward. Now you want to get to a point that you're not using that to throw yourself forward, but at the beginning, you throw yourself forward. And notice the key is that my legs are staying on the ground. They're not coming off of it, all right? So we're going to do about 10 of these. You ready? And 1. If you can reach forward the whole way and touch your toes, it's great. If not, you can touch your knees. 2. When you go down, roll your spine the whole way down. So when I'm going down, I'm not just plopping myself back on the ground. I'm doing a nice, relaxed, controlled roll.
Maya had asked, because you used to be a dancer, do you know how to do like a flip? And would this kind of exercise help you learn how to do gymnastics like front flips and things like that?
Yes. So I actually did gymnastics when I was younger as well. And that was a little bit different than dancing. So I can say that I used to do a flip. I cannot do a flip anymore. That might be a little dangerous for me. But I was more into cartwheels and dancing and acrobatics than I was in the routines for gymnastics and front flips and back flips. So I was more into aerial acrobatics with silks from the ceiling and doing hip hop, jazz, and tap rather than maybe more of a ballet with a partner that you do a flip that's similar to gymnastics.
And Kobe
so the next exercise is called 100s. So if you have any other questions, feel free to ask. While you're thinking of your questions, you're just going to keep your legs right off the floor. Hopefully you can see this. And you're just going to hold it there. With your arms, you're going to go up and down. Sorry, Mr. M, were you saying something?
No, that's okay. Keep going.
So it's called 100s because you're supposed to do 100 of these. So each time you pump your arms, it's called 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't worry, we're not actually going to do 100 of these. We're going to do about 25. Hopefully you can feel at the top and bottom of your abdominals. Now you can also feel a little bit in your legs. It might be hard to keep them off the floor.
And don't be afraid if you can't do, 100 or if you can't do it at all. Farrah, I'm having trouble doing it as well.
To make it easier, you can bring your legs more high above yourself, and it'll be much easier. If you want to challenge it, hold them right above the ground. All right, 5 more. We're almost done. All right, great job. So the next one, we're going to go into a spine stretch because we were just laying on our back and you want to make sure your spine is nice and stretched. So all you're going to do is have your feet in front of you. Together, my arms are going to be outstretched. I'm going to just lean forward. We're not trying to angle down and touch your feet. We're going to go right above it so everything's straight and just stretch out. Now, the one thing I do not want you to do is bounce back and forth. That could actually hurt your back. So you want to reach out as far as possible and just pause. Right? This is also known as a static stretch. Also, this is a great time. If you need a water break, to go ahead and grab a water bottle. You'll have about a 60-second break. Go ahead.
And doing this stretch, you should probably feel it in your calves, right? That's where you feel it at?
Calves and hamstrings. That is correct.
So if you feel it there and you feel the stretch, great. Don't stretch to the point where it really hurts. You don't want that.
All right, I see lots of you getting water, so fantastic. I'm just going to go ahead and explain the next one, but I will wait for most of you to finish up your water break, so no worries. The next one I'm actually going to face you for so you can see it a little bit better. This is called the saw. Now it's called the saw because your body, upper body, so your torso is going to be moving back and forth. My legs are going to be kind of open in a V. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to put my arms out and I'm going to twist back and forth. Oops, maybe I won't turn that way. All right, when I twist, I want to twist down so my left hand is touching my left ankle or my foot, whatever you can reach. Then you're going to come up. The key to this is keeping your body straight, your arms straight, not bending or sulking any. All right, so you want to activate your core and maybe try and tighten up your ab muscles the whole time. Turn, touch, and up. So when you go down, you're going to be feeling it underneath in your hamstrings, as well as maybe your adductors or your abductors. All right, looks like you're all ready. We're going to do 10 of these, 2 sides per one. Ready? And down, back up, right side to left, and up. That's 1. Left foot, right foot, that's 2. Great job. Someone has a nice green mat there. I see they're doing fantastic on. To challenge yourself, you can try and reach as far as possible. If you can reach past your foot, that's fantastic. But I know when I started doing this, I couldn't reach further than maybe my knees. So no worries there. We have about 2 left. And if I get my counting wrong, there's a reason I'm not a math teacher. Last one. All right, great job. So now we're going to go into our rolling exercises. So if you wanted a challenge and also have some fun, this is a great opportunity for you. All right, so the first one is temporarily just going to be controlling your balance. When I say this is whatever position you're in, you want to make sure you're doing it nice and slow, not fast. All right, so I'm going to lay back down. See, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my palms on the floor flat. I'm going to bring my legs up and over. All right, and then I'm going to roll nice and easy down. All right, bring it up, touch the floor behind me if I can, and down. Notice I'm going nice and slow and controlled. Up, touch behind me, back down. Great job. I see someone in a nice red shirt doing fantastic. I'm so far away from the computer, I can't quite see anybody's faces, but you look fantastic. So one thing, if you are having trouble with this, is you can keep your knees a little bit bent. Otherwise, try and keep it nice and straight the whole time. Keep going. We're going to have a couple more left. I'm just going to move up closer and say hi to some of you. Emma looks great. Zoe, Maya, fantastic. David, you're doing great. So are you, Ronan, I think it is. Great job. Oh, look, I think that is someone. Hi, Emma. I see that. Great job. I think that's Piper. Great job. So yeah, some of you are actually holding your butt when you're going up. That's perfectly fine for when you're a beginner, okay? So we're gonna do 2 more together and then we're gonna transition into our next one. All right, ready? Do the last 2 with me. Go up, over, control down. Great job. Up, down, and control. You bring yourself up, that's perfectly fine. Relax. If you need a water break, go for it. Okay? So the next one is going to be very similar, but we're going to do 1 leg at a time, kind of like scissors in the middle of the air. All right? So I'm going to lean back and have 1 leg in the air, and the other one is not. I'm going to grab a drink of water real quick. I am getting sweaty, so if you are too, that means you're doing a fantastic job.
And see, Regan said, finally something that I'm good at. And you were talking about that you were dying earlier. See, look at you. You're already improving. Hopefully everybody is feeling pretty good. As I said, you don't want to hurt yourself, but this is a nice way just to get your muscles moving a little bit. And don't forget to take time to take a sip of water if you need it.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Allen. So we're gonna go into the same position. I'm gonna straighten out my legs, but when I go up, I'm gonna grab my hips or my butt, and I'm going to just keep myself there. Now this is the modified version, okay? Keep it easy. I'm gonna just kind of go back and forth with my legs. Now, you can keep going like that. It's nice and easy. If you want a challenge, I'm gonna switch positions. I'm gonna put my hands underneath my butt and pull up by myself, all right? So you can do either one depending on your challenge or what you wanna do. Now notice my legs are not completely straight. I honestly am trying, but even I'm not perfect when I do these, okay? If you wanna go nice and slow, I'm gonna bring my leg the whole way to the floor, all right? Now, if you can bring it really close to your face, that's even better. But again, you don't wanna hurt yourself and overextend your hip extensions, okay? Do it nice and slow, doing it great. So this one is working your lower abdominals. So your abs on the lower portion, those are sometimes very hard to activate. Great job. Nice and slow. All right, we're gonna do 3 more. 2 and 3. All right, nice job. So this next one I promise everybody's going to enjoy. This is always a favorite. We're going to do crab balls, crab rolls, whatever you want to call them. So I'm going to start sitting up. I'm going to move to this edge of the screen so you can see me. I'm going to simply crisscross my arms around my knees, tucking them up to my chest, and then I'm going to roll back. Now, same with everything else I've done so far. We're going to do a controlled speed. We're just going to go roll back, and then we're going to roll forward. All right? Try it with me. Roll back, roll forward. Nice and simple. See if my speed is nice and slow the whole time. There we go.
All right, an exercise I can do.
So now some people ask, well, what is this actually helping? The answer is it's actually helping your control in your core. Now, if your knees start coming away from your chest, you can interlock your fingers and hold it even tighter, okay? Now, if you want to challenge yourself, when you go back, you want to see if you can pause when you're on your shoulders area and then come forward. Let's see if I can do it. There you go, I had about a second pause there. We're going to do 4 more of these. 3, 2, and 1. Great job.
I'm seeing some other people doing some of this stuff. Great job, Piper. I see you over there. Brennan's still working really hard. Ella and Ava, you guys are doing great.
So this next one we're going to go into is all leg extensions. So part of Pilates is all core control and trying to have a nice, tight abdominals, obliques, hip, so we can control the rest of our body. So this is really great for if you're walking or running or even sitting a lot. This can control your posture, all right? So with hip extensions, we're going to do the first called teaser. So similar to the hundreds, we're going to have our feet off the ground. Now, you can go ahead and start with your feet above the ground, okay? That's perfectly fine. The higher your feet are, the easier it is. So whatever you're comfortable with, you can do. We're going to put our hands straight up in the air. You want to aim them towards your toes and think about trying to touch your toes. Now, I'm not actually going to be able to, but we're going to go up, try and touch your toes, back down. If you can go more to, see how I'm in a V, that's even better. But if not, that's okay. Keep your feet up in the air. Go reach up and down, up and down. Do it nice and slow. We're going to do 15 of these. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Hold on, real
Great
quick.
job.
Before we continue, y'all, I want people to kind of put in chat how many you did. If you were able to do all 15, awesome. I know for me, I got to be honest, I stopped at about 7.
That's
Oh,
okay.
everybody's doing saying 15. You guys all did 15?
Wow, great job. I'm really proud of you guys. All right, we're gonna stay on the ground for this one. We're gonna do a crisscross. Now remember, does anybody remember what the side abdominal muscles are called? I said it earlier. Go ahead and put it in chat. Remember what the side abdominal muscles are? We're about to use those again. I wonder if anybody can actually spell it right. That's my question. Did anybody get it? It starts with an O. Can't read all the chats. I see certain ones popping up. What are the side abdominal muscles called? These are abdominals, but what are the side ones called? Oh, someone said obliques. It's from Sarah, I think. Nice job. You got it. So, Sarah, fantastic. You're going to do great on this next exercise. You're going to put your feet flat on the floor. We're going to put our arms next to us, or behind us, I'm sorry. And we're going to bring my one knee up. So if my right knee's up, my left elbow is going to touch it. I'm going to put it down. My right elbow is going to touch my left knee. All right. Now you can do that nice and slow. We're going to do 10 of them each side. So 20 all together. If you want a challenge, keep your feet off the ground the whole time at a 90-degree angle, looking like a tabletop. All right. We're going to bring it in and go back and forth. Now notice when I extend my leg, it's nice and straight. It's not looking all blobby. Okay, straight. All right, I see some people practicing. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great job. You can see some of you guys doing that fantastically. All right. Now we're going to sit up and put our arms behind us. Okay. Now you're supposed to put your fingers facing towards you. My wrists don't like me from all my years of different sports. So I put them back and kind of to the side. A little bit more comfortable to me. I'm going to reach my legs out. Then I'm going to lift my butt up. Try and keeping it nice and straight. Okay. This is called a reverse plank. From here, we're going to do a leg pull back. What that means, I'm going to lift my leg up in the air. Now, notice what did I do? I let my butt set. You want to try not to do that. All right? Keep your butt up in the air and pull your leg. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now keep going if you're doing great. If not, here's an alternative. If you want to pause, put it up and just hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, and down. Other leg. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, and down. Great job. All right. We're going to flip over to our front. All right. These are going to be plank knee pull-ups. So we just did the reverse leg pull-up. Now we're going to do our reverse or plank knee pull-in. I'm getting out of breath here. Wow. I'm not used to talking this much right now with a virtual teaching. All right. So we're going to go into a plank position, keeping our arms straight. We're going to bring our knee in. Back and forth. Nice and slow. Try and bring your right knee to your left elbow. Okay? There we go.
Great job. I'm seeing a lot of people are doing it, and you guys are doing excellent. And some of you are, having a little bit of trouble. That's okay, too.
Two more. All right. Probably a great time to get a drink of water if you need one.
How's everyone feeling? Everybody feeling okay?
Ooh, I'm sweating.
See, okay. Sakina said hot. Good. That means you're sweating. That means that you're burning some calories.
That's a good thing.
Xavier said he feels like the Hawk.
Yes, when you're activating different muscles, that can definitely make you feel like a whole Mr. Strong Pants over there. All right, so if you are, I think most people are back from their water break, so that's great. We're gonna do a lying down one again. Can we see a different extension here? We're gonna do lots of lying down for leg extensions. The next one will be on our stomachs, okay? So this next one is one of my favorite. It's called the corkscrew, all right? What we're gonna do, lie down on our back, then bring our legs up. If you want to put your hands underneath your butt, or you can grab your hips and help push it up like this, whichever one is easier for you. I'm gonna go ahead and keep my hands underneath my butt so I can get a better workout. If not, no big deal. So corkscrew goes in a circle, right? So that's how we're gonna do our legs. We're gonna just bring them all around in a circle. Going to the right, we're gonna do this about 20 times, all right? Now, the bigger the circle you make, the more exercise you get. Now, you aren't supposed to be keeping your legs straight. Clearly, I'm slightly failing at that. That's okay, no one is perfect. All right, we have 4 more to the right, and then we're gonna switch into the opposite direction. And switch, we're going the other way. Doing 15 of these again. So you should be able to feel this in your abs, but also in your quads. All right? That would be the front of your thighs. Two more. And done. Great job. So we're going to put our legs straight out in front of us. I'm going to bring one leg up to my chest. If you cannot bend it this far, that's okay. You can hold it up as far back as it can go. Remember, I'm a little extra flexible since I was a dancer, so no worries there. All you're going to do is pull it nice and tight to you. If you can, point your toes. If not, that's okay. And then we're going to switch. Do not let your other leg rest on the floor. You want to have nice just above it, both toes pointing. Switch. Now we're going to speed up. You ready for this? You can keep up for me. You're going to do great. If not, go your own pace. And 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Ready for rapid fire? And 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. There you go. Look at those legs go. And calm it down for the last 5. If you want to type in the text box, where are you feeling the stretch the most? Your abs, in your calves, in your quads, or your hamstrings? Maybe you're feeling it in your glutes. Go ahead and write in there where you're feeling it the most.
Abs, the stomach and the hips, legs, abs. A lot of people are saying like right, you know, kind of in your glutes there. Abs, hips, abs. A lot of people feeling it in the abs.
Well, good, because that's what we're focusing on today. That's exactly where you should be feeling it. You're also feeling in your, so your quads are right here, and your hamstrings are underneath. Those are other 2 major muscle groups we're working today as well. All right, so we have one more in leg extension, then we're going to go to prone position. All right, so this is called the double leg drop. So this time, instead of separating our legs, we're going to keep them together. Put your hands underneath your butt, legs out straight. We're going to go up and down, but do not let your feet touch the ground. Keeping your knees straight the whole time, or the best you can do. Great job, nice and controlled. Notice I'm not going very fast. It's not about speed most of the time. Now, if you want to challenge yourself, you do not have to do this. When you go up, get your butt off the ground, and then come back down nice and slow. Great job. I see some people trying that. If not, go ahead and just do the up and down. All right, 3 left. Last one. And done. If you need a water break, go ahead and get one. Now, we just completed our hardest portion. So if you're really feeling it, that's good. The rest are going to be a little bit easier and moving into stretches, okay? So if you're getting a water break, that's great. If not, go ahead and do a swan stretch with me. Keeping your legs together, head up. You can feel the stretch your abdominals. Looks like some people are still in water break, and that's great. Can anybody touch their toes to their head? I have some friends who can do that, but I can't do that. Let's see, is anybody super flexible? Oh, I see somebody can do it. I can't tell who it is. Is it Zan? Red shirt. Looks like you almost touched your head there. Great job. I'm not quite that flexible. All right, so from this, we're going to go ahead and lie down. We're going to put our arms in front of us, okay? This is one of the nice and chill ones. We're simply going to kick our legs back and forth. So, nice and slow. If you can do it fast, that's okay. Try and see if you can kick your heel to your butt and see how flexible you are. Okay? Now, does anybody know what this is stretching? Anybody can guess what the muscle is? Might seem a little generic, but this is actually a great stretch for your quads. All right, now from this position, we're gonna put our hands next to our chest. We're gonna do our probably least favorite, but my favorite exercise called the basic push-up. All right, now if you can't do that, that's fine. You're gonna crisscross your ankles and just go onto your knees. Now notice, I'm keeping my body straight the whole time. If I'm doing the modified one, straight torso, my shoulders to my hips, to my knees are all straight. If you want the challenge, you can do a regular push-up with your toes underneath you and push up, all right? We're gonna do 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great job. All right, now we're gonna lay on our side. All right, you can prop your head up if you want. If not, that's okay. Now notice my knees are bent. This is called the clam. All right, so we're gonna go underneath the water. Imagine we're in the ocean. We're gonna open up our clam and close it. All right, you see this in Little Mermaid. Now, can anybody guess what muscles we're using? This is actually big. One of my best friends is a cycle instructor, kind of like a spin class. Shout out to her, Marie. They actually do this to warm up for cycling class because it's big on your glutes and your adductors and your abductors. Your adductors help you close your legs together. So think of it as you're adding your legs. 1 + 1 = 2. Your abductors are pushing your legs apart. Kind of like if you're doing a shuffle. So those muscles are going to help you move side to side. All right, from this, we're going to do a clam with extension. So open your clam, point your leg, and bring it up. Now, if you can only bring your leg this far, that's perfectly fine. Go as far as it is that you are feeling comfortable with. Close it and down. Open, points up, down, and close. Open, points up, down, and close. Open, point up, down, and close. We're going to do 5 more. Great job. I see some pointed toes. Wonderful. There you go. All right, last one. And now we're going to switch sides. All right, back to the basic clam. Opening and closing. Notice I keep my feet touching the whole time. Great job. I see some very nice clams. Great job. I think that was Isaac. I can't read it from here. Good job. Nice job, Sam. I think that says Isabel. All right. Now we're going to do our clam with extension. You ready? Open, point, up, down, and close. Open, point, up, down, and close. Great job. You can point your toe, even better. You can see some future dancers and gymnasts out there. Has anybody been watching the Olympic trials for gymnastics? You know, Simone Biles made it through.
And I don't know if you guys know, the Olympics is this year. It's supposed to be last year. And actually, one of our other gym teachers, Mr. Stonebracker, is going to do a whole Olympic thing, I believe, next week, or 2 weeks from now. So we're going to have a lot with the Olympics too.
Nice. I'll have to watch that one. That sounds interesting. All right, we are done with our clamps. Our last few exercises are going to be some bridges. All right. So these are partially a stretch, partially an exercise. So you're going to lay down, feet on the floor, arms next to you, and we're going to just push up. So you can see I'm trying to keep my back straight. Okay, my hips are up in line with my knees and my shoulders, and bring it down. Up, so you're going to squeeze your glutes, you're going to squeeze your abs, and get it as tight as possible. Think of trying to touch your hips to the ceiling. And down, up. So this is called a pelvic lift. All right, so it's a reverse bridge. Great job. We have 5 left. Down, we're gonna squeeze up, hold it, 2, 3, and down. Up. Awesome job. Whoever's in a pink shirt is doing great. Think a black shirt and a gray shirt. Wonderful reverse bridge. Last one. Up and down. So we're going to stay in this position. The only difference is I'm going to reach one leg up. Now, if you can't do this, that's perfectly fine. I would rather you have a straight leg and have it in front of you than have a bent leg and up in the air. All right. So I'm going to straighten my leg and bridge up. Down, we're going to do 10. Up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one. 10. Great job. Switch legs. All right. Now, something that's funny is that most people, it's normal for the one side of their body to be more flexible than the other. So if you notice, my left leg is much higher than where my right leg is, even though I'm right-handed. All right, 10 of these. Ready? And up, down, up, down. Remember, if you can have your leg in front of you and it's easier for you, that's okay. I think we're at 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, last one, and 10. Great job. Now we're gonna flip over to our front. This is just going to be a cat stretch. So this is actually a very common one in yoga as well, but Pilates uses this as well. We're gonna do up here, and we're gonna cat. We're gonna push our back the whole way up to the ceiling, try and curve it as much as possible. Then we're gonna go down, bring our tummies to the ground, bring our backs to the ceiling, tummies to the ground, backs to the ceiling, tummies to the ground, backs to the ceiling, tummies to the ground. All right, we're gonna end with 2 stretches and then we are all done. How's everybody feeling? Can you wave at me if you're feeling good? Oh, I see lots of waves. Awesome job. All right, we're gonna end with a butterfly first. Now, if you can push your knees the whole way down, that's great, but do not force them. That could injure you, all right? So notice, my legs are not the whole way back here, all right? That's actually not how you're supposed to do a butterfly. If you push them out in front of you, you're going to have a much better movement, all right? So if I go a little bit sideways again, my back is nice and straight. I'm gonna push my legs out just a little bit. So when I go down, I'm holding my ankles, back straight the whole time. See if you can go further than what you did earlier when we started our warm-up stretch. Can you get your nose to touch your feet and smell those sticky feet? Keeping your back straight. Great job. I see someone smelling their feet. Wonderful job. All right. We're going to do one other stretch. So I'll stay sideways. I'm going to bring my leg next to me. Kind of looks like a Z. Oops. All right. I'm going to have a Z. And now I'm going to lean forward, straight back, hands on the floor. And I'm going to feel this in my hamstrings, a little bit in my glutes on my left leg. All right. Now, if you can walk down, kind of relax your head on your hands. Feel a nice stretch. Turn this way so you can see me a little bit better. See how my legs are different? So one's in, one's behind me. Walk myself down. There we go. Just hold this for about 5 more seconds. All right, and switch. I'm gonna bring my right leg in front of me, my left leg behind. Try and keep your butt and both of your knees on the ground the whole time. All right, I'm gonna lean forward, straight back. Bring my arms down on the floor. Rest my chin on it. Just hold it. Now, if this hurts, don't let it hurt. You can push up a little bit higher. Remember, a stretch should feel good and not hurt, okay? Great job. 5 more seconds. And done. Give yourself a round of applause. You did wonderful. All right. Does anybody have any questions for me, or tell me what was your favorite stretch?
So yeah, any questions, or you could say your favorite stretch. Hopefully you guys aren't hurting too much. I see some people are a bit tuckered out, and that's good. We just got done a nice beginner, but pretty long workout. You guys have been working out for over a half hour, so be proud of that. Someone said all of them. Emma said that the butterfly was her favorite workout. Ella and Ava said the one where you look like a cat. And Kobe, and we're just doing it in chat, so we're not going to unmute people's microphones. And it was Pilates. Yes, this is what this was, y'all. Sakina did the last one. Go ahead.
Different types of Pilates will actually use some medicine balls to keep you strengthening your core. So remember how I talked about at the beginning of class, yoga and Pilates are two different types of exercises. Yoga is just focusing on flexibility and increasing your flexibility with different types of stretches, whereas Pilates is doing something similar, but we're focusing on having a nice strong core and having our posture. So the more you do Pilates, the more maybe you'll add in 5-pound dumbbells. So when we were doing the clams, something you can do for that is if you had a full water bottle, maybe this would be 3 pounds if this was full, you can put it on your knee and open and close, giving it a little bit of weight. Okay, you can do that with dumbbell, or you can do it with anything else that can give it weight. So Pilates, as it continues, is just gonna go and add a little bit of weight, doing similar exercises, but we're gonna activate and increase our core, our abdominals, our obliques, our glutes, and our erector spinae. Anybody know what your erector spinae is? It's a muscle. It's helping a certain part of your upper body. Anybody take a guess? There's a hint inside of it. See some chats. Erector spinae, if I turn around, is going to be following your spine up and down your back. So that's going to help give you a great posture. And that's another muscle that we are actually working today, and something that people will work even more when you continue in Pilates. But great job, girls and guys.